Hi guys, welcome back. My name's Hunter and this is Zach.
And this is our best guess.
Alright, so we kind of started a series previously about our experiences, influences about our life. We're going to be
our childhood.
continuing that today. Today, I think we're addressing 1 through 12. We're going to address 1 through...
1 through 12?
Oh, 1 through 5. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
1 through 5.
I'm good with whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah, but 1 through 12 is
That's a big, yeah.
We'd be talking for hours.
If you wanted to go 1 through 8, we could.
I mean, middle school was a really big part of my life,
Was
honestly.
it?
Yeah.
We'll keep it a 1 through 5.
Okay.
Just elementary school.
Right on. Okay, guys, before we start, today we are drinking Shock Top. Probably not the fanciest beer that you have all seen. Wow,
aim it down.
Well, it's actually if it would focus.
Pull it back and aim it down.
Shock Top. All right, guys, if you're drinking at home with us, we appreciate it, and if you cannot, all the same. Cheers. These are twist tops. Yeah. Fancy.
I've never had a shock top.
Well, they're interesting. You'll probably like these. Yeah.
That's very easy.
As far as
There is that the orange aftertaste.
orange, yeah, lots of orange.
Yeah.
I say that word weird. People get mad at me.
Orange.
Orange. Whatever.
You know, if you know what you're saying, if you know what someone's saying, and you still choose to it's orange, fuck you. That's.
Uh-oh. All right, so let's see. What's first grade? Let's start. Let's try and do this chronologically. What was first grade an influence on you?
So yeah, because last time we were talking about kindergarten.
Right.
I left off with the Boy Scouts. So Boy Scouts was a big thing for my whole. Boy Scouts was big for me all the way up until sophomore or junior year of high school.
No kidding.
So yeah,
wow.
And I was almost Eagle Scout. I was one rank away from Eagle Scout.
You would be an Eagle Scout.
What does that mean?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
But okay, so first grade. I can't remember. I think I was in a bilingual class.
You're not bilingual, are you?
No.
Oh, you just were?
I was because the area that I grew up in was very bilingual.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat. I mean, that's definitely an influence of some kind,
Yeah.
Huh. That's kind of nifty.
And it was like a double classroom. So half the class would be taught in Spanish, and I could get it along enough.
Right.
I wish that I was continued bilingual throughout life, because I could have learned. Yeah. I still could learn. I still want to learn.
Yeah,
Spanish.
I still have a huge desire to learn different languages. Let's see. First grade for me was Miss Linda, and she had a pet tamarin, which is a monkey. And it was one of the coolest things ever. I was obsessed with that monkey.
She brought the monkey to class?
Yes, all the time.
That seems dangerous.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know.
I've never seen another teacher like that who had just a pet monkey, and she was always she was crazy, but she was fun. I remember distinctly Miss Linda in first grade. It was a cool ass class.
Yeah, I remember a monkey.
Yeah.
Jeez,
she had
that's
a little,
cool.
lion-headed tamarin, and it would chill there. Yeah, it would be in class. Yeah, it would just hang on her shoulder, and then it would leap around, and then it would come back, and yeah. I don't even know if you can legally own a monkey. I've never.
I think you can. I think they're just expensive.
Yeah, I would, and she was a first grade teacher. You know that she ain't making.
That was all of her money. She saved it for 20 years, and was finally. I can get a monkey.
Yeah, that was definitely an influential thing. I was a weird kid in first grade. I was always I went through a phase where I was really short.
Mm-hmm.
Probably all through elementary school, I was really short, one of the shorter kids. But I was thick. I had a huge neck.
I was pretty normal looking for little this around this time. I started getting bigger. 4th, 5th grade. I started getting a lot, bigger.
Fair.
But yeah, first grade, I think my best friend, I think his name was DeMarcus.
I don't remember. Oh, Eric. Eric was my best friend.
I think his name was DeMarcus, and
Oh, excuse me.
I remember I was really into pro wrestling at the time, like WWE.
No.
Yeah. So like that was what we would do during recess. Was like
With
pro
WWE moves.
WWE moves. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember
That's funny.
there was one kid who wanted to join in one time, and he bit me, like.
Pro move.
Yeah, it was a hella pro move.
Don't even give him the chair. Give him the teeth.
Yeah, it broke skin and everything. Like he went
Dang,
to town.
commitment. All right.
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder where people like that are now. Like, dude, you were a kid who bit me. Could you imagine meeting them now? You're like, you bit me. You're an ass. Do you do WWE? That's fun. No, I collected Pokemon cards. I was like super into Pokemon cards. I don't even know how to play Pokemon. Honest to God, like the cards.
Funny enough, I sold Pokemon cards. So I liked Pokemon cards.
Right.
I had a collection of them, and I brought them to school. And at the time, trading was a big thing. So
yeah, that was pretty much what you did with them.
Yeah. Well, no, not even trading cards. It was just like I had tech decks that I would trade. I had like toys that I would trade.
Decks.
Yeah. So tech decks. I traded different like Pokemon like toys.
Tech decks are finger skateboards, by the way.
Like,
I don't know if that's. I don't think that's a thing anymore. Honestly,
I feel like people still know what tech decks are. Like,
Maybe.
but okay. I traded those, and then with Pokemon cards, people thought they were cool. Like they didn't know how to play, but yeah, people wanted like the cool ones.
Oh, absolutely.
And I remember selling Pokemon cards. Like I had a couple of cool ones that I sold for like $5 each, and then everyone found out that I was selling them because for some reason, like at the time, there were certain like items that people felt were off limits. Like I never ate like hot Cheetos when I was younger, so I always felt like those were like valuable on the playground. But other people, they didn't order buy Pokemon cards, I guess.
You had like a Pokemon card racket as like a...
Yeah, and literally I would go buy a $3 pack at 15 cards, and I would sell one card for $1. Unless it was like a cool looking card, I would sell that for $5. And like every day I would sit underneath the little playground, and kids would come up, and I had a binder that I'd open up.
No
and yes, I did.
Wow.
Yeah, and they would look at it.
You're like the merchant in video games. Just
yeah, literally. And then like I even gave deals. It was hilarious. I'd be like, I'll throw in like this one just because I like you, kid. Like I totally did that. In fact, I remember I continued selling shit like that up until like 4th grade.
Did you not get in trouble for that? Like
I did eventually get in trouble.
I was gonna say like they don't like when you do that.
No, they don't like when you do that. But I did do that. And some kid, I had a Charizard, and he paid me, I think like $35 and a $25 Target gift card for that Charizard.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's a weird. Pokemon cards were such a weird thing. All trading cards. I know that there are people out there who love cards. Some of my best friends love cards, but I've never, after that period, I never understood the card thing again.
Later on, like in high school, I started playing actual Pokemon. Not like competitively, but I had a friend who played competitively. So, and he had like leftover like decks that were no longer legal that he just gave to me, and he would get his updated ones, and he would practice on me, basically.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and it was very fun.
My friends all liked Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh was a huge deal when I was in 1 through 5. Actually, was a big deal because it was. I don't know if it came out then or if it just started.
That's funny because Yu-Gi-Oh is a little bit older than Pokemon, so Pokemon was like very. I was very into Pokemon.
That's fair. Yeah, well, I. What else? What was another? Let's see. 1st grade. Oh, I had my first crush, a girl named Felicia.
I did too. How old was your crush?
Whatever 1st grade is.
It was 1st grade?
Yeah.
There was a
what is
4th grader.
Like 6? There was a 4th grader?
There was a 4th grader
wow.
that I was like into because like every day.
That's a big age difference.
That is a big age difference, yeah.
I mean, especially at, whatever you are, 6.
Yeah, I might have been second grade. It was first or second grade, and it was a 4th grader, and I remember that. And, like...
Do you remember her name?
No.
No?
I don't remember her name.
That's fair.
But, like, yeah, it was a 4th grader. And I remember, actually, it's funny. I don't want this to seem weird or anything. But, like...
Every time you say that,
I know.
it's weird.
I know.
That, right?
I remember one time she wore, a skirt.
Getting weird.
And I was little. And I was like, yep. And now just in my head, for, like, any girl with a skirt is, like...
Oh, it had, like, a weird, like...
Yeah.
Influence. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's definitely influenced me. Like,
that's funny.
Still.
Felicia was really tall. That's what I remember. I was really short, but she was really tall. She was like a bigger kid. She had obviously like grown more than everybody else. But yeah, no, I loved Felicia. We used to like wander around the playground. Like that's it, just talking.
Just talking.
Yeah. That's actually a lot of what I did is just wander around playgrounds.
Yeah, that was the same thing I did with that girl. She gave me my first hug.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think my first, not kiss, obviously not on the lips, but I'm pretty sure my first like cheek kiss was in 1 through 5, and her name was Heather, and I cannot for the life of me remember what grade that is. 3rd, something like that.
All that like time period like mixes for me.
Yeah, I went to, let's see, 1, 2. I went to 4 elementary schools.
I went to 3. So the first one that I went to for grades.
Oh, and I was homeschooled for 2nd grade.
I was never homeschooled. I was always public school.
It was a weird place to be, honestly.
Was it?
Yeah, because I remember there being homework and shit, but it wasn't like imperative like it is for, it just wasn't important.
Yeah, because I remember for homework, like I would always not do it. Like
I was bad at homework.
But so grades 1 through 3, I was at Edward Gonzalez Elementary School. Then 4th grade, I went to Marie Hughes. And then, I know you don't know these.
No, I have no idea. The names are meaningless.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you want to see what they look like, you can Google them.
I'm not going to Google your elementary.
No, not
I'm
you.
pretty sure I'll go to jail if I start Googling elementary
schools. Yeah, that is a little bit sus. Don't do that. And then for 5th grade, I went to Chamiza.
Chamiza? That's not a real goddamn name.
It was Chamiza Elementary School.
Wow. Okay.
They were the conejos.
The what?
The conejos.
Conejos?
Like rabbit?
Right, but like that was their mascot? Oh. I don't remember any of my school mascots.
Edward Gonzalez was the panda. Marie Hughes was a husky.
What an intimidating... A husky? Like... Not even a wolf or
a husky.
Just a husky.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then Chamiza was the conejos.
They just had a rabbit like everywhere.
Yeah,
that's funny.
But they specifically called it a conejo.
I'm pretty sure that Berendo in Roswell was the Cougars or something like that. I can't remember. I remember playing a lot of soccer. I played the shit out of soccer. I was like in, what is that? AYSO for like a little bit there, and then I did soccer, and then we played football, and then we played that stupid pole game with the ball. What is that called? Tetherball.
Tetherball. I was a god at tetherball.
People would get so into tetherball.
Yeah.
I remember having my first physical fight with a kid for tetherball.
I remember being so good at it. Like,
I don't even remember how to play. You just want to wrap the string, right? Like,
yeah, and that's how I started winning was I would just go, I would hit it downwards because then it would go above their heads and they couldn't hit it.
Because they're short.
Yeah,
they're children.
They're children, and like
it's a good thing you were children too, I guess.
Yeah, I was children. I don't know why they didn't understand the concept of the ball,
height.
like how it moved. Yeah, because there would be times where I'd mess up and it would come down, and you can't grab it.
No, you're not supposed to grab it.
No, so it would be like too far away, so they would just have to send it back to me, and then for me, I would just go, bah, hit it.
Wow. Yeah, I remember getting in a fight with a kid named Billy. I'm not even joking. His name was Billy. Like, who the hell names their kid Billy? But, Yeah, and
If your name is Billy, unsubscribe.
don't do that. Stop telling people to do that. Yeah, I don't remember what happened, but he like was super mad that I hit the tether wrong or something.
Did you touch the rope?
I don't know. But he pushed me,
you
and I
probably touched the
pushed
rope.
him into the pole. I was like, no, hell no, kid. Because I was short again, like, but I was bigger as a kid.
Uh-huh.
I didn't get lanky until middle school. But yeah, he pushed me, and I was like, boom. And then I remember getting in trouble and having to do my homework in class for recess.
I remember, so...
Also, he cried a lot. Like, if you're out there, Billy, you're a wuss. I hope you know that.
Okay, so like, let's go back to chronological, just because I'm so getting a little bit jumping back and forth. So like first grade, I was in Boy Scouts.
Right.
And I was just meeting kindergarten I was in Boy Scouts, but like first grade is when I was like starting to actually start to meet people. I was actually like respected as a member, I guess, because a lot of kids joined.
I'm sorry, I think Boy Scouts is just like the funniest thing.
It could be funny, like it's definitely like a meme, but like it was the most influential thing on me.
I'm sure it was because Boy Scouts has that whole. It's got an ethical thing to it, the ethics, morals, and community.
It has a community. It has like a structure.
Yeah, there you go, structure. That's a good point.
And I remember
I was never good at Boy Scouts. I was only there for like a year.
I liked it a lot.
I hated it. I remember my friend in first grade was also in Boy Scouts when I joined.
Yeah.
And then I disliked like everyone in it, so I stopped going.
I remember, so first grade, I was in Boy Scouts, and then also everything like post kindergarten is post divorce. So like my parents were now apart at this time.
Yeah, in this timeline, my parents are still together until 5th grade. 5th grade was when they separated. Roswell. Actually, yeah, 5th grade.
Roswell?
Okay, yeah. I was like 10, 9, 10, something like that.
I don't actually remember like any of the ages that I was in here. That's why I'm using the.
Yeah, I'm using grades because it was way easier to send them around. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I was like 5.
I was in age.
I was a child.
Yeah, I was little. So I remember Boy Scouts was cool. There was like some older kids that like I looked up to. I remember there was a kid that was my age that I met on the bus, and like that's how we became friends, was because we saw each other on the bus and we were like, "Hey, you're in Boy Scouts, right?" His name was Ashton, and like Ashton was my best friend up until like 8th grade.
Wow, all right.
And he was still my friend even further than that. Like we met up again when I was like 19 because he eventually moved in high school, but it was cool seeing him.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that was like I've had very few very close friends like that, and he was the first one. We met each other on the bus, and then also I don't know if it was this time or 2nd grade, but my mom started dating one of the dads at Boy Scouts, and he had a kid that was 3 years older than me. So he would stay 3 years older than me. That's just how.
Wow, that's how time works. Almost.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's
and
weirdly predictable.
I'm obviously not gonna give his last name, but his name was Steve, and
terrible
name. Yeah, and his kid was named Dylan, and he had an older one that was
like another kid,
but he was way older. Like he was like a teenager. Oh. He's like as old as my oldest brother. My older brother. I only have one brother.
You're doing great, man.
Yeah, thank you. But so my mom started dating him at the time, and
Steve.
Yeah, and at the time I was living with my mom. She was alone in the house, so it was just me and her. And every once in a while, he would come over to the house with this kid, and
wow.
That kid did not like me. Dylan did not like me at all.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks when you're put as a child into those situations
Yeah.
because there's nothing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if you voice your concerns, you're a child, so it's it's not as. No one cares.
Right, exactly. Because I would say like, hey, he's kind of mean, and I'm gonna be like, well, boys will be boys. Like, yeah, that's just how they are. And I'm like, okay, like,
here we go.
I guess. And
yeah, exactly. Fuck you, you're a child.
yeah, like you don't know. So yeah, he really didn't like me, and he was very mean, which led to whenever I'd go to Boy Scouts, all of the older boys would like pick on me.
Because of Dylan?
Because of Dylan, yeah.
Wow, Dylan sounds like an ass.
He was cool. He was an ass. Like it's not even like it yet. He spans into like.
No kidding.
5th grade, yeah. Maybe even middle school.
I assume they're not dating anymore, otherwise.
They're not. But Steve is the father of my little sister.
Fair enough. Interesting.
Mm.
Steve and Dylan.
And the older brother was named Corey, but he was never mean. And he wasn't really in Boy Scouts.
And
So
he probably didn't talk to you if he was a teenager.
Probably didn't,
yeah.
yeah. I don't have any experience with him, like, at all. And, like, by the time... Okay, so...
I remember being very greatest in elementary school. Like,
yeah.
If you were a 3rd grader, I did not like you in 4th
See, that
grade.
didn't exist in Boy Scouts because, like, we're all...
Right.
There was the different ranks or whatever, but, like, it was... Everyone was going to be the next ranked eventually. So, like, the first ranked is, like, Tiger Scout. Then there's... No, it's, like, Cub Scout, which is, like, the littlest. That was kindergarten. Then...
That's like your brownies of Cub Scouts, right? Boy Scouts.
I don't know what brownies are.
Girl Scouts.
Oh, I
I
wasn't in Girl
Somebody
Scouts.
in my family was in Girl Scouts at one point. That's the only reason
Yeah.
I know that. Or I was. Who knows?
Who
I
knows?
don't remember, but, you know.
Who knows? My childhood is fucked up. Like, you're good.
It's all a haze.
But yeah, so it was Cub Scouts, Tiger Scouts, Wolf Scouts.
I just
Bear
think it's
Scouts.
such a ridiculous cliche, like Wolf Scouts.
No, it's.
I
it
think
may be
it's funny.
cliche, but
I know.
I think it
Definitely
pretty
has
cool.
a benefit. It has a
Yeah,
benefit. I get that,
and it
but
has a lot less benefit now because I noticed this when I was in there slowly and slowly. What it like would teach us slowly and slowly turned away to like very not useful things at all and like not useful like community.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
But which is why I never actually finished my Eagle was because like at that point the whole thing was so degraded. Like
You're such a...
But okay, so then
I can literally say you're such a Boy Scout. That's hilarious. I'm going to use that all the time.
Go ahead. Just know he's gonna use that all the time, like at work. Yeah. So then it was Bear Scout. Then it was Webelo, and Webelo.
What the fuck?
Webelo was a big deal. Webelo was like 5th grade.
Webelos?
Webelo.
That is the dumbest name ever for anything. What the fuck is a Webelo?
Honestly, I don't know.
What?
The picture was of corn, so like I don't know.
I'm a corn scout.
I was a corn. Yeah, and it was literally like I knew it was cool because that was like. Yeah, it went from Webelo to then.
Why the fuck is it like tiger, wolf, bear, corn?
Corn, yeah, and that's what I always thought. Like, I never really knew what the symbol was, and I was like, hey, what is it to one of the other kids? And he's like, oh, it's corn. And I was like,
But
well,
why?
what does Webelo mean? And they're like, I don't know. And no one could ever tell me what Webelo meant. So, like,
I'm curious. I'm going to have to look that up.
yeah, look up
That's
for the
funny
symbol
as
because, like,
fuck.
it's really strange. It's just corn. But then that was a big deal because, so that was like 5th grade. So my span was Cub Scout to Webelo from like 5th grade, and then when you go to middle school and you're still in it, then you're a Boy Scout. Then you're really
Wow,
in it.
yeah. You graduate from corn to Boy Scout.
But you know what's real? Okay, so I'll wait for that because that's a different thing.
Right,
like
middle
that
school.
transition, right? But
Oh, she's going to start yelling.
you did so good last episode.
I know, she was chilling.
Okay.
Well, don't do that. The
That's
whole
fine, that's
thing
fine.
is going to collapse.
That's fine.
It's not exactly the most
Okay.
stable setup.
So, I remember seeing Steve in the house a lot. Like, he would come over. I remember at the time, I would also transition from, like, spending time at my mom's house to spending time at my grandparents' house where my dad was living.
Oh, okay.
And then, I remember...
I don't have a lot of, like, personal home memories from 1 through 5. I watched my sisters, my siblings, when I was younger.
Well, my sister wasn't born at this time.
Right.
She's 13 now, so I was, like, 7. So this is all... I was still, like, 6 or 7.
You were effectively an only child then.
Yeah, I was... Basically, yeah. Because my older brother has already been... He lives in California and had already been out of the house for a while.
Yeah, you guys had a large separation of years, don't you?
Yeah.
All 30 of you?
Yeah. So I remember at the time, my dad had me at my Webelos house, and then me and him would like play catch, like with those Nerf footballs, and like, do you know the rubber?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I love those things.
When I was in daycare, because
Uh-huh.
I don't remember what, must have been 5th grade as well. They always had like 50 of these fucking footballs.
Were they like the ones with the dark rubber on it, or were they the foam?
They were the 2-colored foam. It was like orange and blue or something like that.
Yeah, see, mine was like the next generation of that. So it was the one that was like...
Look, I'm old, I get
rubberized. So the inside was foam, but the outside was like...
I remember people would fucking eat those things.
It's because they didn't have the protective rubber on the outside. Like...
Oh, they next-gen that? They were like, we need developmental
it's literally
science.
like a shell of rubber.
So that kids can't fucking
so they
eat
can't
it.
eat it. But it's also like, it threw so nice.
We used to play Dodge the Bullet with that. I don't know who invented this game, but I know that most people know it, is when you throw it,
drill it into someone,
as far as fast as you can at somebody else, and then it's
Yeah.
their turn. And once you get hit, you like lose a point or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember getting railed in the face with one of those things.
I never played that, but I played wall ball.
I loved wall ball.
Wall ball was cool.
Wall ball was the coolest game you could play at Mountain View Elementary on the other side of the mountain. I was like in 4th grade. And I remember everybody just played wall ball. There was like a huge crowd that would always cycle through.
Yeah.
And it was everybody who was like the popular kids, the older kids. Like they would all just sit around this wall.
Yeah, because it's huge walls, like huge concrete walls.
It's just one big concrete wall. And you've got to think as an adult, that probably looks hilarious. They're like, God, all we had to do was give them, all these kids a wall, and they
literally just a wall, and they'll figure it out.
Yeah, they're there.
Now they're just overstimulated to the point of like,
I don't know what kids do in playgrounds anymore. You know,
they just sit there and they're just like, God, where's my Adderall? I just like, they're just tweaking like.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of tweakers and
Yeah, kids are insane now. I am so disconnected from.
I know nothing about elementary school anymore. I don't even know what the elementary education looks like, you know? Like, I bet you it's super different than when I went to school.
There are times where I'm playing, like, online, like, video games online, and, like...
With children?
Yeah, children will show up just, like... Yeah, and they're better than me. Like,
oh, yeah, easily.
I don't know...
We grew up with computers, but they grew up with video games for sure.
Yeah,
like.
They grew up with everything. Okay, but so like I would go to the park with my dad. We would play catch, and all my sports were also pre-divorce. So like I did piano pre-divorce. I did indoor soccer.
I don't think piano is a sport.
I know, but hobbies, whatever. Like soccer and
work out my
t-ball.
fingers.
Like the
t-ball.
Shut up. Yeah, like
I played a little bit of baseball, but I do not remember what. I don't even know if that was. Elementary. It must have been elementary.
I don't remember T-ball. I remember having the T afterwards, like having it for a long time, because I was just like, "What's this fucking?" Well, I know what the rubber thing was, but I was just like, "Why do I have this?" Like,
You just had the T.
Yeah, just
from
had the
T-ball?
T. Yeah, and like there'd be times where I would just hit the T because like I wasn't in T-ball anymore. I didn't have anything else to do, so I was just like, "I'm gonna hit this like outside for no reason." But
I played a lot outside.
I didn't really play that much outside at this time, besides like. Boy Scouts, and then like playing catch with my dad.
That's right.
And then one day, he takes me to my cousin is visiting. Her name is Tori. She was visiting, and he took us to the park, and me and him were playing like whatever. And then this random lady shows up, and in her Jeep with a bunch of toys and shit, like just like, hey, what's up? Like, you want these like frisbees or whatever? And then my dad was there, and
God, thank God.
yeah,
What the
no,
hell?
yeah, I know.
That's
just
some
wait,
kidnapping.
just wait. And we're like, yay! I don't know who this woman is, but like, thank you for all this free shit. And then like the next week, my dad's like, hey, I'm gonna introduce you to to your new like stepmom, or like this person I'm dating, and they had planned it. My dad found someone that he was dating, and then it's a little more complicated than that, but they were dating, and he like told her to show up right there with free shit just so we can like pre-introduce each other, and then
That's actually weirdly thoughtful.
I know I didn't actually make the connection either, like, but yeah,
it probably like subconsciously made you.
It
like
maybe
her.
Subconsciously, yeah, because I did like her, like she was fine.
That's wild. I've never heard of a parent doing that. That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very considerate, honestly. Like,
yeah, not bless my mom, but not just like, all right, this is new dude.
Fuck you, you're a kid.
He's gonna come in the house and like his son's
gonna
you.
kick your ass.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's fine. Like it could have been worse. Like I've had friends who have had mothers that
I've had people who their step parents are just, they do not like them.
Yeah.
They do not make their life easier. Like, I remember when I was little. In 4th grade, my friend, what the hell was his name? I can't remember his name. Whatever his name was, his parents hated him. Like, I remember that everybody knew his parents hated that guy. Like, every day.
Billy.
I don't know what his name was, but yeah, dude, we used to make fun of him. He was my friend, but yeah, his parents would be late picking him up. Like, they wouldn't bring him lunches. Like, his parents fucking hated him, and we all knew it. And it was bad. I felt so bad for that as I got older. Like, I shouldn't have made fun of that kid.
That's crazy. Oh, I forgot about a lot, actually. So, I don't know. I don't remember when this was. I don't remember if it was post Steve. I think it was pre Steve. I think it was a little bit before Steve. Pre Steve, yeah. Just like,
I hate that you use those fucking.
I don't. It's just it's how I categorize these memories.
You do it to piss me off.
No, right now I'm specifically doing it to categorize these memories. But like my mom, so like something that she would do is like, I don't know if there was like a system. I don't know how it worked, but like there was a group of, and maybe it was through the Boy Scouts.
A system.
It might have actually been the Boy Scouts. There was some families that were willing to watch me while my mom was working or whatever. So like there'd be a lot of times where I spent like a lot of time at like other people's houses.
Oh yeah, I spent tons of time in random places. I remember I have this one very weird, strange memory of being at what I think is daycare or a daycare or somewhere that I was being watched and playing Tony Hawk on PS1?
I don't know.
Something like that. And then I remember I don't know anybody, and I'm like sitting there playing Tony Hawk, and some kid was like, "You beat my high score." And I was like, cool. And that's the memory. That's like the whole thing. And I
have a lot from preschool,
I don't even know
like
where
Noah's
that is.
Ark, but like I kind of skipped all that. I skipped my speech therapy classes. I skipped like all of Noah's Ark on the last episode, but like it's not that important.
I know. I spent a lot of time in different varying daycares and whatnot. I'm not even sure why or when. Honestly, because my parents technically were together until 5th grade, so I don't know why the fuck I would be anywhere other than home.
Yeah, maybe they're both working. I don't know.
I don't think my mom worked as a kid. I'm like fairly sure she did not.
My parents were working, so I know that all my time spent they were working, but like. Yeah, at this time, I would spend a lot of time in, like, just a bunch of different houses. And then
Just bouncing around the house.
Yeah, well, like, it would be, like, every day before school. She would drop me off there. And then go to work, 'cause she had to go to work, like, early. And then, like, after school, I would go there. and then she'd pick me up from there.
Huh.
And
You know what's really weird?
Huh.
I cannot remember where my siblings are in like most of that time period. Like I have no idea. I remember I watched them in 5th grade, and that.
So that eventually stopped when. So I think it was pre-Steve because eventually,
Pre-Steve.
we moved in with Steve because he had like a lot nicer house. He lived in a gated neighborhood, and like things with Dylan got worse. It got way worse. Like he did not like me at all. And later I found out his original mom died, and then
So he had like issues.
he had issues. So his original mom died, and then his stepmom. He really liked his stepmom, but I guess she was psycho, and his dad didn't like her, so they broke up, and he still liked her. So my mom dating his dad, and then me being there, that was like a symbol of...
You were like the perfect
I was
scapegoat for his anger,
exactly,
for sure.
Exactly. So like...
Dang.
He did not like me at all, and he did not...
That sounds, almost reasonable at that point. Like, oh, yeah, you were a fucked up kid. Like,
yeah. It's like, here you go. Here's just this fucking thing. Like, go to town.
Beat the crap out of this child.
So,
that's rough.
yeah, he did all kinds of shit. Like, there was one time where, like, I was on the bed. I was just... Because he would like... He didn't like me. Like, so he would, like, choose very random times to... You know, like, be a piece of shit. He left thumbtacks, like those flat tacks.
No!
Yes, he did. And one time I ran out and I got a foot full of them. And I had to sit there because my parents weren't home. So, like, I had to pull them out. So I had to sit there and pull out tacks.
That's some dark, like...
Yeah, and then there was another time where, like...
That's screwed up.
There was another time where, like, he directly threatened me with a knife. Like, he told me not to leave my room. He had a knife. He, like, cornered me in the room with the knife.
Oh, my fucking God.
And to the point where, like, I had to pee really badly, so I just pissed out the window. The screen was up and everything. Like, I just opened it up, and I was just like, all right. Like, I gotta fucking go.
Dude, what are you talking? That's crazy.
Yeah.
You, like, lived with a murderer psychopath.
He did not like me. So, but that,
no kidding.
So it was like it was kind of like a brotherly situation because there would be like half that and then half like, hey, I'm going outside to walk. Like, do you want to walk with me? And then like
no. The answer is no.
Okay, so like eventually I stopped wanting to like even have anything to do with them because there was one time
threatened you with a knife, maybe?
Well, okay, so there was one time where like we were walking around and we were like, it was getting dark and just out of nowhere he hits me so hard like right here and I knocks the air out of me and like I passed out. I remember like blacking out and then waking up and it was like dark.
Murderer psychopath.
I walked home and then I got in trouble because he told my parents, or he told my mom and Steve that he went home and then that I just wanted to stay there and play. And, like, they didn't believe me at the time that he, like, beat me up, like, a lot.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff.
That's horrifying. What the? He's definitely in prison right now. Like,
no, he's not. He's figuring his own stuff out. Like, he's... I've wanted to apologize to him. Not apologize, but like forgive him. Really, I wanted to formally forgive him a couple of times. My mom said no. Like,
don't talk to Dylan. He'll find where you live.
No, he's not that bad either. It's like you said. He was a messed up kid.
No kidding.
And
yeah,
he was given.
He had some issues.
Yeah, and
for sure.
But.
That sounds really influential, honestly.
That was really influential, yeah, and
part of who you are, yeah.
Because again, no one believed me, and then
it's like a rolling theme in your life.
There was another thing. Okay, so here's an influential thing that my aunt told me one time because any time I was with my dad, I'd hang out with my little cousins, and that was cool. That was Omar and Adam. And, it was just Omar for a little bit, and then it was eventually Adam. But, there was one time, like, he was a little kid, and he was kind of a baby. Like, I would not hurt him, like, at all. Like, yeah, we would maybe, like, wrestle, or, like, I maybe would throw a pillow at him. But, like, nothing anywhere close to like
Threatening him with a
threatening
knife.
him with a knife. Yeah, like not even hitting him.
Oops.
Like I would never hit him. It was always with a pillow or like something, whatever. But like, he'd get me in trouble, like just for no reason. And
Dang, man, like people didn't like you as a child.
no,
They really didn't. Like,
people did not. People still don't really like me, honestly, and like that's fine.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah, people like me more now because like I like literally like I just
You just had one of those faces as a kid. They're like, fuck that
There's,
guy.
Like, fuck you, man. Like, okay, so my aunt said, she's like, you know, you're just like Dylan. And at the time I was little, and I was like,
People need to watch what they say
no,
to kids.
yeah,
like,
because that's I still think about that like a lot. Like I was like, no,
For sure.
I'm not like Dylan like at all. Because not only did that tell me like she doesn't know what I'm going through over there, she views me as just as malicious as like
as
that
a serial
is-
killing
yeah.
kid. Yeah,
And I was like, damn, like that's stupid. Like, yeah, no, I'm not.
that's harsh, man.
And then, so eventually, my mom and Steve split up because they walked in on him on top of me, like winding up to hit me, and they were like, "Hey, don't do that!" Like,
Shit.
and then
Oh my
he
God.
got sent to therapy. I got put in karate. That was when I started karate. Cause
They were like, dude, you gotta.
yeah, my mom's like, dude, I this is like the only thing I can do. Just start doing karate. Like, so I started doing that.
That's a kind of an insulting like thing. They were like, dang, this kid
they didn't
sucks.
they didn't like make that connection to me when I was little, but like that was what they were saying is like, dude, you gotta. I actually okay. There was one. This is
That's
an interesting
horribly
memory.
funny.
There was one time I decided that I was gonna fight back against Dylan because he would kept picking on me, and I was like, no, like I'm gonna, like I was doing the whole like oh, and then
The Dragon Ball Z charge up.
yeah, I hit him in the stomach, and nope, he threw me down the stairs.
Yeah.
So like I lost, and I didn't try it again. But
Dang, Zach, what the heck?
Yeah.
That. Dude. I'm gonna fight back.
yeah. Actually, here's another funny
He
memory.
threw you down the stairs.
Oh, well, actually, here's another thing that he started doing. He started pissing in my mouthwash.
You're
so
kidding.
no, there was
Dude,
there
are
was
you
like
serious?
a span of a couple of weeks where I was like sick. I was throwing up. I couldn't go to school. I was like.
Dude, this kid is like one of the most malicious people I've ever
they found
heard.
out he was pissing in my mouthwash. So like
He hated you so
he
much.
did not like me, yeah, and
Wow.
I am a not likable person.
That's terrifyingly bad. Pissing in your mouth.
Yeah, so
I can't even. Who thinks about that?
I none of that stuff I could have comprehended when I was little, and like
Dude, no. That's horrible.
There was
They're like,
another
oh
thing.
gosh, we gotta put you in
So
karate.
like he knew that he had like God of War figures, and there was one of like Medusa's
Oh
head,
yeah.
and I thought it was so scary because I was little and like it was a cut off head, and I would wake up every couple nights where he would be in my room, like have it on in front of my face, like whispering to me. And I would be like, yeah, waking up, like fucking terrified.
Dude, I'm surprised you don't have way more issues than you do.
It's
like,
because
honestly.
like I gotta swallow the shit. Like because I could just repeat the cycle and like go kick the cat, but like no, it's
What the hell?
so okay.
You just keep waking up in the night and there's some dude whispering.
Okay, well, there were things like at the time that like I didn't understand, but like as I get older, I understood them more. Like I couldn't sleep in my bed at all. Like I never slept in my bed. I would sleep under the bed, or I would sleep.
You would sleep underneath your own bed?
Yeah, or I would sleep on a sleeping bag, like on the ground.
Why?
'Cause I don't know. There was one night where like I woke up and I was like, my bed is like I felt like there was like bugs in it, and then I would tell my parents that there's bugs in it, and there's no bugs. Like, they would go and check it. There's no bugs. And, like, that was actually a theme. That happened a lot, where, like, I would start saying, like, oh, there's, like, a bug in my shirt. And, like, they'd be like, there's no bug. Like, you're fine.
Zach, what in the hell? Holy God, man.
But, okay, so they walked in on him doing that, and then eventually they were like, we can't make this work. Because, like, he was pissing in my mouthwash. So, like, we moved back out into my mom's house that she had at the time.
You shouldn't laugh. That's so fucking horrible.
It's funny now.
That's
like,
terrible, dude.
Yeah, because at the time, if I had known, like, how bad that is at the time, I probably would have been more serious about it. Like, hey, seriously, bro, like, some shit's going on.
Some fucking terrible fucking shit.
And okay,
That's
so
just
I
evil.
think they broke up around like 5th or 6th grade. So I think it was before that, actually, like, because
third.
no, I don't think it was 4th. I think it was like 5th grade.
Oh, okay.
But when I moved back to my mom's house, that was another weird time because, like, I took the GameCube, so, like, he had a lot of video games. He had, like, a PlayStation 3. I wasn't allowed to play it. If I played it, he would beat me up. So I was allowed to, like, play the GameCube. I had his old DS. I had a laptop. I had a Game Boy, which eventually got broken. Mysteriously. Mysteriously, yeah. A lot of my shit got broken mysteriously. So...
like, oh, that's non-functioning anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Mysteriously. I think I still have my first Game Boy Advance over there somewhere.
It was an SP. It was the flip one.
Look, man, I'm old. I get it. It's fine. You can say.
Yeah, mine was not ancient.
Yeah, I get that. I remember when Game Boy Color came out. I was in...
You remember when Game Boy Color... My mom had a Game Boy Color that she didn't want anymore that, like, I played. But, like, I had that after I had my DS. I mean, not my DS, my Game Boy SP. So...
I never got an SP. That was too fancy.
Like that game that I was... Super Mario Bros. 3, that was on the SP. That was on the flip one.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I remember when... I was amazed that there was color. The Advance was so fucking cool. When
and later on, I had an Advance over an SP, and I actually liked it better because of the way the screen worked. Like,
yeah,
it wasn't flip. Like it was a little bit better. Like I liked
the Advanced.
So
God.
Boy Scouts kept being bad. Like that was like because.
Dude, what is wrong with your luck as a child? Like, things just did not go your way ever.
My luck has been bad all the way up until, like, out of school. Like, as soon as I like left any like community of people, all of a sudden I'm like, hey, things are a little bit better now.
Life isn't pissing my mouthwash.
Yeah, exactly. Mouth isn't pissing in my mouthwash, and like. It's funny because, like, you're not the first person to say that. I've had multiple people where I'm just, like, randomly like, oh yeah, this happened when I was young. They're like, dude, like,
oh my God, man.
And like, I was always nice. Like, I'm still nice. I'm a little bit more.
You're
like,
so much edgier now.
I'm a little bit more like
God
cynical,
dude.
But like. I still try to be nice. Like, I don't want to be overly malicious.
I was a really nice kid, honestly. Like, I was a nice guy person all the time. Like, I never wanted anybody to fight with me. I only ever got in a couple, like, actual altercations with kids. Like, I was a decent human being. But it was also weird because I was always the new kid. Constantly. I was, like, always the new kid. So that was always, like, a struggle with me because I was all like, I had to find new friends and we had to, like...
So, something that... Sorry, I haven't actually been, like, progressing the story at all because a lot of this happened, like, 3rd grade and then, like, up to, I think, like, 5th grade was the end of it. Maybe 4th grade? I don't know. Because moving to 4th grade, my dad was already with my stepmom for a while, and they had moved to that neighborhood. That's why I moved that school, because it was better than Edward Gonzalez, way on like the south side. And I remember that was where I had my first girlfriend. And actually, that's funny because the way that worked out was like, I would
pissing your
hang out.
cereal. Like...
No. I was actually kind of a jerk this time because like
Oh, wow.
I would hang out with these two girls. It was Eunice and Laurel. They were like best friends. And,
Eunice?
Like, Eunice, yeah.
You're kidding.
No.
Oh, wow.
Her name was Eunice, yeah.
Wow, that is an old name.
Eunice and Laurel. So like, I would just hang out with them, and like I was in love with Laurel. Like she was little tiny. She had like short hair, like freckles, and she was just like a little like gremlin. Like I was in love with her.
Not usually how you describe people you like.
In fact, like you know that song Numa Numa. There was an English version of it, and like I would listen to it and like think of her.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fifth grade love for you.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Oh my god.
Eunice asked me to be her Valentine, and then.
Did you reject Eunice for Laurel?
No, I told her yes, but then I asked Laurel to be my Valentine.
So you're a jerk.
Yeah, no, and
fifth grade player Zach. Oh my god, did that work out? Did she say
no,
yes?
It didn't work out. Eunice got very upset.
I would imagine.
Yeah,
somehow.
And other circumstances, just us moving again. I got moved to Chamizo, and that one I had a friend named. I don't remember what his name was. He wore a purple zip-up hoodie. Like, that was all I remember. I don't remember his name. But he was like...
The only features from this guy that you remember is a purple zip-up hoodie.
Yes. Because, well, like, by this time, like, I had stopped trying to make, like, close friends. But this guy was cool. Like, he was like... I was a smart kid, and he was also smart. And, like, he played video games, and we would, like, talk about that. And,
Fair enough.
But he was cooler than me. So, like, eventually he stopped being my friend because, like, he had other
Dude, what
friends.
is wrong with your life? What the hell?
I'm just in the wrong place at the wrong time a lot of the time.
guess.
So,
like, constantly. Dude, that is the most unfortunate 1 through 5 I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, and, like, that's pretty much it. I think at the time I started hanging out with Ashton more. So, like, he lived close to my mom's house, so enough to where I could walk.
I never had too many close friends. I think the closest friends I ever had in... I don't even remember if I had friends in 4th grade, honestly. I cannot for the life of me remember anybody in that school.
Ashton was, like, the first kid to not, like...
Beat the shit out of you?
Beat me up, yeah, pretty much. Like, not, like, hurt me as, like, a joke. And then,
Zach, you have, like, the worst... You're like Morty.
Yeah.
The world just pisses in your Cheerios all the time.
Yeah. And, like, that's why I like Ashton so much, is because we play video games together. Like, he thought I was kind of cool because we would talk about, like, military stuff, and, like, I had airsoft guns. Or maybe I think I had airsoft guns, and, like, he had airsoft guns, and we would, like, play games like that. And, like, he had a cat, like, he had dogs, and, like, his dad was really cool. He had a trampoline. So, like...
Nice. I remember how we had a trampoline in 5th grade. That was a... I liked having a trampoline, but I also remember, like, not wanting to be on it. Because I was afraid of heights. So, like, it was always just, like, this weird back and forth in my little child brain. Where I'd get on it, and then I'd get scared, and then I'd get off. And then I'd stare at it and get on it. And then, like, it was a weird thing.
I love trampolines, like, just right away.
As an adult, I really like trampolines. But, yeah, as a kid, I didn't.
I want a level of ground trampoline in my house, like
in your house.
Not in my house, like when I have a house, I want in the backyard a level to ground trampoline.
That would be interesting.
That'd be cool.
All right, I think.
Yeah.
You have anything else for 1 through 5?
I saw Jeff Dunham when I was in 4th grade. Live.
Wow. I'm sorry. That...
You're like, damn, it just seems getting worse.
Yes, he's not getting any better for you. I feel really bad for 1 through 5 for you.
I remember the Pinewood Derbies at Boy Scouts.
Oh my god, the Pinewood Derbies.
the house that I lived in 4th grade was cockroach infested, and like I hated that. That was horrible. But I got into Legos at the time, and like I could finish huge sets. Like I finished the Millennium Falcon like in a day. Like
as a child.
As a child,
Wow.
like overnight, I
never got to play with a lot of Legos. Like we had Legos, but I never cared to play with them until way later, and I would just kind of make random shit at that point. It was just me and my siblings.
Didn't have a lot of like random shit, but like actually I think I did have a lot of random like Legos. But then I got
we had
a couple.
Giant box.
I got like one nice one that was like a space muscle car and a space police car.
A space muscle car?
Yes, it was very cool. I don't remember what it was. And then
I don't.
They gave me a big one. They gave me a giant Bionicles speed like pod racer, and like
that's a little mixed genres there, buddy.
I don't know what it was. It was basically the dude sat on top of it because they were Bionicles, like they were dudes,
right?
And like it was a thing that he sat on top of that looked like a pod racer. And I got one of those, and I finished that like pretty quickly. And they're like, "Dang, like here's the second one," like because I finished that one. So it was smaller, and but it was still like that same.
Dang,
like thing.
We gotta put you in karate and give you more Legos. Shut up, kid. No one listens to you.
Yeah, I like the Legos a lot. Also, me and my dad played. We finally beat Halo 3. So like, he got me an Xbox 360.
Wow.
Like around 3rd grade when we lived at the first house with my stepmom.
I do not remember when Halo came out. Middle school, maybe.
I don't know.
For me.
Well, we beat Halo 3. So then I remember playing Gears of War 1. We beat that. I remember.
See, I was always alone in my video game adventures. It was just me.
He didn't like video games. He only played them because like it was with me.
Right.
And we beat Kane and Lynch. Yeah, that's a game you should play with your kid.
It's so very not. Don't do
I
that.
love that game. Like I remember him me playing that game, and like he felt mixed about it because like I was getting some
mixed.
Weird. Yeah, no, I was getting some weird morals. I was like, yeah, but Kane's like a good bad guy, right? And he's like, no, there's no good bad guys.
He's a bad person.
Guy. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, he's good. Like, so, I remember watching Coraline.
I don't even know what that is.
I love that movie. I remember when that came out.
Oh, that's a Tim Burton movie.
I don't know if it's Tim Burton. But it is yeah, it is a little bit Tim Burton-y.
Yeah, with the eyeballs and the whatnot.
Yeah,
buttons.
The buttons for eyeballs, yeah. I remember,
I don't even remember watching all that many movies, honestly. I even as a kid, I was not interested in movies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember having a favorite movie. Like, I didn't do that, like, at all. I read books. People used to make fun of me for reading books and playing video games. I remember when that stuff was, like, super not popular, and now everybody cares to read books and play video games. Yeah, I got made fun of a lot. They were like, "You play video games? You're a nerd." And I was like, "But they're fun."
Mm-hmm.
But you're a nerd. Like, okay.
Yeah.
You read books? Lame people read books.
I read Hatchet.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? Yeah, I remember that. I read a couple of books.
I still read.
Most of my, like a lot of the reading that I did for fun was in elementary school, like early elementary
and middle school. I definitely
read like Captain Underpants and like.
Oh, I remember those book fairs, as well.
Yeah. I'm starting to run out of.
Yeah, I don't have a lot more than that.
I think I went camping for the first couple of times, like with Boy Scouts, and that was cool. I really enjoyed the outdoors because I was alone. Like
people weren't trying to like murder you.
Yeah, I knew how to start fires. Like I learned how to start a fire with flint steel. I learned a lot.
Nice. Well, at least you got a positive out of some part of your fucking childhood. Good God, man.
Yeah.
I hope middle school is better for you.
Hey.
But we'll find out next time.
Yeah, we'll find out next time.
All right, guys. So, what do you think?
I
like these as a like very casual beer.
Like I didn't love it. Like it.
I think they're better than the Bud Light or the
Yeah, like it was easy to drink, but like it lost carbonation right
yeah.
away, and like
I'm not a huge white fan, like
it-
Belgian whites.
it tasted like not water, but like it
Oh,
was.
yeah.
It was.
It's not a crazy beer at this
No,
one. This
it's
is, I mean,
very
everybody
very
knows
soft,
shock
and
top.
like it has a little bit of an aftertaste, like a little bit of a sweetness.
It's
like,
mostly just to be like a casual, like a Bud Light or a
Right,
Coors
right,
or whatever,
right.
casual drinking.
but
beer.
it's fine. Like, yeah.
Not too bad. I am not a huge fan of shock tops, but gotta try stuff. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We are changing our upload date, so it will now be Mondays at around 9 a.m. I believe is going to be the standard. Just because life has changed for both of us, so it gives us
Right.
more working room, so that we're not
I got a second job for you guys. Okay, I'm shaking my ass on a pole. For
God,
for
that's
you.
horrifying. They're gonna piss on your pole too.
They're gonna piss on my pole.
Dylan's gonna come in and just.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's it for us.
That's it.
Yeah. Tune in Mondays, 9 o'clock, in the morning. We appreciate it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Go find our Instagram. It is Socktor Entertainment, and we'll see you guys later.
Cheers.
Cheers.